Welcome to Quarantine Cooking, episodes where we show you healthy dishes that'll help you look better, feel better, and live longer. So today we're going vegan, we're going with whatever is in the fridge, in the pantry. It's going to be budget friendly, it's going to be made up of good, nutritious vegetables. Hey there, I'm Argelino, and today I'm going to show you a very delicious vegetarian pho. So everything that you see on this table has a lot of health benefits, and we're going to cook it in our 5-quart roaster. And the cookware that we're using retains most of the nutrients that we will be cooking with today. For the broth, since it requires flavor, we don't want a bland broth. I've got a teaspoon of star anise seeds, or like 3 pieces, that we'll be using for this broth. We're going to be using cloves, and these are great. This has anti-inflammatory properties. Coriander seeds, which has a nutty, orangey flavor. I have cinnamon bark, and of course we've got ginger, loads of it. 1 medium-sized red onion. We've got carrot, and we'll be using 2 tablespoons of soy sauce. Since we're going to go vegetarian on this, vegan on this, for the meat or for the protein, we're going to use firm tofu, broccoli, and shiitake mushrooms. But you could also use whatever protein is available in the pantry, like chickpeas. For the garnish, to top it all off later, we're going to use spring onions, coriander, 1 soy, which is sort of like the same thing, toge, but we're going to use a lot of them, so they're going to be together. Bean sprouts. We've got a kefir. We've got a kefir lime tree at the back, so I'm going to use 2 of these to bring a citrus flavor to the broth, and a little red onion. So all of that. Wait, we forgot something. We're going to be using rice noodles, which is available. I highly recommend that you stock up on these in your pantry. Get hungry anytime, you can just pull it out. Now, if we're going to get into the details of all of these herbs, it's going to take more than an hour to discuss everything. Kind of like the star anise seeds, which is very good for your digestive health and for your overall health. Cloves are very good for enhanced, and these coriander seeds are also very starting on these wonderful vegetables that we have used in the spring, which will help you with the garnishes that we have here on this wooden plate. Cinnamon bark. So I guess that's a handful of nutritional elements for you. So join me in the kitchen for your daily cooking inspiration. We'll start off with the broth, and in this kitchen, I always cook with my handy dandy stovetop burner. So the recipe actually tells you to slice this in half, burn it, or char it. Overheat until it becomes blackened, but I'm not gonna do that. Let me just prepare this. So top off, and okay, that's done. Onions, I just like to cut them in half, and let me just set this aside. The ginger, I'm also going to be doing the same, but before you do this, make sure you wash it, brush it real well, get all of the dirt done, and cut it in half like there, split in half, and that's what we're going to do. So now that we've split these two, you could actually go ahead and char them on top of a flame, but I'm not going to do that. So what I'm going to do is grab my square griddle, get this up to heat, and wait for it. Preheat it up. Medium heat, let's put it on medium heat. And I actually want this to be fast, so we're going to roast this. We're going to dry roast our herbs and spices, but how will I be able to do that without another burner? So I guess this is what we're going to need. Yep, an induction stove. So let me just put this here, plug it in, Put our 5-part roaster on top. Set that to medium heat, which is about what, 120 degrees Celsius. Check on our spread griddle right here, and I think it's hot enough to char the split onions. And again, I split it so that it has surface to roast on. And another one here. Char them up like so. We're going to wait for this to preheat. It's actually fast. It's actually quite fast, which is so good. Now this recipe actually calls for vegetable broth, but I got a bit too lazy to do that. So we're just going to use plain old water, which is okay, and we're just going to season it, adjust it. Now, I think our roaster is good. We're going to drop our coriander seeds, our cinnamon bark, our cloves, and our star anise. We're just going to dry roast it, and once you smell that beautiful smell that comes off of these herbs, that's ready. Now let me just give it a quick stir. Actually, I'm not gonna close it for you. Okay, wow. The smells is so delightful. I'm just gonna cover it quite a bit. So now, what I'm going to do is process this one, cut it up into cubes. How big, how small, that's going to depend on you. For this one, no magic. I'm going to do plain knife and board. Color coded. Okay, so we're going to dice this up, cut the edge off, put it right here on the side. Actually, I want to save this tip, not that one. Put it up like so, like so, like so, and so. Remember not to peel your vegetables because most of its nutrients and vitamins are just underneath the skin. Just give them a quick brush, you know, and probably put it in a vinegar and water bath just to remove the bacteria there, but you don't have to peel them. Remember that always. Now, I'm just gonna cut it in 4 like this. Little rough rustic chops, and right about now I could smell the herbs and spices giving off its aroma. So that's done. Open this up. That's giving a very, very wonderful aroma. Onions and ginger. This is charred, which is good. Like that, like that. Okay? Like that, like that. This is so wonderful. It's so wonderful right here, right now. Carrots onto our roaster. So let me just give this a quick toss and turn here. The herbs and spices here, they smell delicious. I can imagine the smell and the taste of the pho later on. Charring, water in. So this is 2 liters of water into your 5-quart roaster. We're going to get 2 tablespoons of soy sauce to add that saltiness. 1 tablespoon, 2 tablespoons. Always taste and adjust. Okay, so our ginger and our onions are really looking good right now. It's charred. It's charred. Now what we're going to do is add it to our... So there you have it. Charred onions, just like that. Ginger as well. And we're going to cover that. Wait for this to boil. Okay. Now, heat is off over here. So now that we've got everything set, let me go ahead and prepare our proteins. But before that, since we're using dried shiitake mushrooms, little bowl right here, little bit of water, put them all in like so. You could actually get another bowl and just press it, but I'm just going to soak it like so. That's enough time for them to soak in. Broccoli, we still have a little bit of broccoli. Cut this up into little florets like that. Like that. No, no, it's okay. Little florets like so. Just separate them. Cut them up like that. and whoa! Alright, so our 5-quart roaster is clicking. I'm not going to open this up, but I shall turn it back. I'm going to turn it down 60 degrees lower. And while that's going on, we're going to cut our tofu like so. Like so. Okay, that thick. No, we're just gonna leave it like that. Alright, so more tofu. So a block of firm tofu would actually yield 4 slices. Right, like that, like that. So we're not just going to slice our tofu up and eat it like that. We're going to give it flavor and texture. So let me preheat my square griddle again. Medium-low heat. I'm going to add just a little bit of sesame oil. It's closed.
FBI, open up!
Because it's bottled. It's boiling. Come over, come over. Our broth is boiling. We're going to simmer it at low. Okay. Open it. I'm going to season our pan with a little bit of salt. We're going to add our sesame oil to it. Just a little bit. And we are going to place our tofu on top of it. Okay. Let me season the top as well, just to give it flavor. And it smells so great right now. Check on the babies. Okay, so check on the babies if they are soft enough, but no, they're not. So what I'm going to do is prepare the garnish, most of it. This recipe actually calls for Thai basil, but I didn't have any of that. So what I'm going to do is, or what I'm going to use for this recipe is just plain Italian basil. Let's go ahead and prepare our garnish. Spring onions, roots off, like so, like so. Okay, peel them, wash them. All of it. Okay, so onion rings, spring onions, like that, like that. So we're just gonna keep our broth simmering. Before we finally slice our onion, let's check on the tofu, like that, like that. Oh yeah! So it's crisp, brown and crisp. These are so beautiful, crispy, golden brown. So they're crispy and golden brown. Now, let me finally slice the onion. Thank my sister. Peel it up like that. And of course, for you to easily finally slice it, do that like so. And roughly chop like that. Okay, so we've got garnish done. So, hindi talaga natin ilalagay ito kasi yung asim-asim nito. Pero, let me show you what we will do with it. Okay, so you take your, either it's lemon or lime. Here is caper lime, so you don't need whole of this. It's so sour. Slice it in half. Slice it quarter. Slice it even more. Okay, when you're at the point where you cannot slice it anymore, throw it away. Throw it away. So the basil just tastes like that. One soy. I'm just going to give it a rough chop like so, like so. That's done. Let's put that aside. Almost everything is done. Let me check on the tofu. Oh! Not yet. We still get our baby soaking right here. Okay, so our baby is so soft and tender. We're going to slice it like that. All of it, slice it thinly. Remove the middle part of the matbui. If you're cooking along at home, thank you so much. And while everything is being prepared, let me take this chance to thank Titanium Lining Corp or TLC for making this cooking video possible. Thank you for sponsoring me. Thank you for sponsoring us. Big shout out to our Rojas team for also doing the same thing. Head over to our page, give it a thumbs up, get updated, get more recipes there. Thank you. Alright, our tofu is done. Let me go ahead, check it out like so. Oh yeah! Golden brown. It's just gonna be like that. Like that. These are looking beautiful. Okay. Oh! Cutting it in half. That was easy, and now it brings us to the last ingredient, which is the rice noodles. So let me move our broth over here. There's a little bit of water inside. We're just gonna bring this to a boil. Once it boils, we're gonna let it simmer for a bit and drop in our noodles, our rice noodles. So the lighting is kind of crazy because it's going to go cloudy and it's going to go, you know. Our water has boiled quite fast, really. We are going to put just a little bit of oil to prevent these guys from sticking. Just a little bit, like so. We're going to let it boil a bit. We're going to switch out the tofu. Okay, so we're going to let this broth sit on top of low flame. Let me change into my eating shirt and I'll see you guys in a bit. So I'm joined right now by my sister, and for those of you who know me, I know that I have strict dry feeding program, but today I think we all need this healthy soup right here, healthy concoction right here of a soup. And you know, somebody once told me that soups are the soul to the dish. Therefore, I'm sharing this soul with you as well, and with my sister. So let's dig in.
Let's dig in.
So I really can smell it, and I really love the idea of having this. Put all of the herbs or the spices that you have inside. Inside of this. Yeah. Let the broth sit there, and you've got your broth vessel over here. But you could always serve it in your Salad Master cookware, or in your cookware. You could always have it in your straight from the cookware. Now, so let's try it.
Add a little bit more broth. Let's try it.
Tofu.
Nutritious mushrooms. Trying to get some noodles.
So one of our friends were actually requesting us to do this, so I'd really love to encourage all of you to do this. It's quite easy, it's quite nutritious. Heal yourself.
Yes.
So there you have it. Easy, delicious, and simple pho. And the great part about it is everything's made up of vegetables.
Yeah.
If you've enjoyed that video and if you learned something today, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel where we'll bring you more healthy dishes. And yeah, that's delicious and simple and easy pho for you to try at home. So let's finish this bowl. Till next time, we'll see you on our next episode of Quarantine Cooking. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy eating.
Happy eating!